Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Humanity, I'm here again today, and we're gonna continue discussing health, the healthy of human being, the healthy of you as an individual, your health, your member of staff health, your children's health, your employees. When we looked at the 11th centuries, very stagnant 11th centuries, we saw so many things that occurred and took place in those. They were those which were very outstanding, like the genocide and Holocaust. But again, most of these atrocities occur within our compound, within the gates of our, when you enter your gate. Some in what you call in the 20th century, we've got people who have gates, houses which have gates and what have you. Once you enter that gate, they are what we call kafaras. For instance, if you're in the Middle East, there are people who are classified as kafaras. It's a terminology for someone who has no right to anything. No, they don't. In fact, it's as if they don't have any whatever whatsoever. They don't have any rights or whatsoever. These are terminologies which are there, or which were fabricated by individuals to suit their desires, to suit their lusts. Like when some people who say they are rich, they say, I have wealth, I have enough money, and on top of having enough money, I can afford to pay a person there to bring someone either from Philippines, India, or Kenya, or Uganda, or any country. And these are girls called maids. Maids are girls who work as house helpers. They do cleaning of the dishes, cleaning of the clothes, as well as cleaning the house, the walls, and what have you. But as this is a practice which is very, very deadly and very insulting to most dignities of human beings, because in some countries, there are countries which have developed laws whereby if a person comes to, like England, if she goes through the channels, the legal channels that allows people to come to England, she won't be classified as a slave or smuggled, whatever. No, she'll be classified as someone who had a visa entered, unless the individual within the gates, within the compounds where she works, perpetrates such atrocities on this individual by saying, you are our slave, you are housemaid. You are supposed, because in the Middle East, in countries like whatever, the kafara practice, if a girl comes at work in a household as a housemaid, sometimes they neither sleep, they can't sleep. They are worked until they are broken. They are worked out more than 24 hours, because if you have to work non-stop, and you have to work, and at the same time you have to wake up before your so-called boss wakes up. And some of these girls have seen wounds. I wish I could see you these wounds on the arms of girls. If the boss lady finds out that this girl is not doing, she pours acid. Or there are chemicals they use within their household. These chemicals are meant to be used either when you're cleaning a toilet and what have you. Sometimes they are poured directly on this girl's skin, arms, and they are burned. So with that, my people, these are practices which are called fitna. In the Middle East, as I said, they call those practices, such a people, kafara. Because where I am, I was taken to a certain country as a kafara. Someone said, I'm building a house in such and such a country, and when they took me there, I was classified as a kafara. After working I go there, then I realized that something was not right, because I did open up my whatever, and when I was, someone kind of told me that you are the one employing all those people on that building. I said, no. They said to me that building is being built because it's the house of Allah. When I looked at the building, it was a shop. Collapse of shops. I said, no, that is wrong. That's when I realized that in some what we call a modern slavery, it's a very, very but very corrupted fitna practice that men in higher places, in authoritative whatever, get benefits from this kind of practices. Because if we are to look at slavery, modern slavery, people are being smuggled every day, every other day. And they're smuggled to go and work as whatever. And what I'm trying to show is that, my people, you are all Muslims. You are all living Muslims, whereby an Arab girl, an Arab child, an Arab woman in her beautiful mansion should not take any advantage of having extra cash in her pocket and use that cash to be able to insult and abuse the dignity of another girl because she calls her housemaid. I'll show you one thing, my Arab girls or Europeans or Arab girls or whatever you are, that whenever you bring someone to work for you within your household, you as an individual, you lose any rahmah that Allah sends to your family. I don't know whether you get my point. If you take a girl from, let's say, or the girl from Philippines, and she comes and enters your compound or your household to work as a housemaid, one, you won't be able to manage your body, your weight, because while you're working within your household, your memory is a lot. Your memory, whatever, is very awake. Every sense on your body is very, very awake. And for instance, if you have children, toddlers, within your family, your household, having children and looking after your children, you as a mother of those children, it's very important you give them all you can. Not a maid to look after your children. No, it's not allowed. I'll tell you something. Allah honored women in a way that every beauty or every interpretation of the beauty of life, we say the beauty of life, some of you may say, oh, no, I'm not a Muslim, but for me, I know. And I tell it to you that you are all living Muslims. So when a woman, when Allah says, I honored women, I tasked them with a task to produce beautiful creations, children, human beings. With that, when you produce a child, if he's a girl, you are supposed to teach that girl the true religion without inputs, without adding and indoctrinating that child with. You don't have to put anything that insults another human being because of their color, because of the location from where they come from, because of what. You are supposed to teach that girl, your daughter, the best thing that Allah revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as it was revealed. The Quran is a very, very, very straightforward message, guidance to all human beings. So when you bring you produce a child, you are supposed to guide that child until she's a girl, until she's 18 years old. Because I'll give you an example. If you're working within your household, if you're to work in the kitchen, your daughter will follow you. She'll be around there holding on to your clothes. If you're working in the whatever, she'll be next to you all the time. So she learns from you. Whatever you do, she stores it in her memory. If you are to bring a housemaid, or those wee girls whom they bring and they clean, first of all, as soon as that house girl enters your house, women by natural law, they have what we call I don't know how to interpret it, but that very day that girl enters your house, you enter into competition with her. Competition, whether you whether you know it or not, you have to have something that makes you compete and makes you that I'm the boss. You tell this girl, I'm the boss. Well, as Allah has said, okay, you are the boss, but do not override the parameters. Do not go over the boundaries. Because I've seen girls, I wish I could show you these pictures. Girls with their arms burnt with either chemicals. So with that, my people, you are a people, for instance, people who live in the Middle East, who have extra cash, who think they have extra cash. My people, please, I did beg you some time back that, and I said, do and stop the kafara practice. Please, 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 I beg you, human beings, wherever you are on this planet, stop the kafara practice. Stop the fitna against the most holy, beautiful religion in which we are created, because you are able to say, I'm an Arab, you are able to say, I'm rich, whichever continent you are from, because of the most holy, beautiful religion, because of life. When you take advantage and you use the extra cash that is in your pocket, either to do racism, either to torment, to do all these psychological and physical mutilation of others, it's forbidden. It's forbidden. Those are things which provoke the anger of Allah. Because you today, you will be enjoying yourself that I have extra cash, I spend the day doing my nails. Doing my nails, filing my nails. You know what will happen? If you have a girl you call a kafara working for you 24 hours, first of all, your heart rate, or the rotational sequencing cycle of your heart rhythms or whatever will drop, or they will go high. Because you find yourself, the time you would have spent working, trying to do exercise, to do things to manage your body, you spend it either gorging yourself on chocolates. If you don't drink alcohol, you find yourself gorging yourself on chocolates. Gorging yourself on whatever that comes across your face. That way, you gain weight, and that weight cannot go because you're not doing anything. You say, I'm rich, I can. And what amazes me is that once these girls are within the household of these so-called boss ladies, some of them are not paid. When they say, I want to be paid so that I can go back home, that's when the trouble comes. Once you mention you want to leave that place to go and go back to see your people in your country, they either ban you or kill you. They even kill them. Some of these people, girls, have been killed. But when I made my investigation, I discovered that most of these people who say, because in the Middle East or within the Middle East countries like Jordan, Iraq, UAE, Qatar, there are people who came from other countries and they learned how to speak Arabic. When they learn to speak Arabic, they are not Arabs, but they can speak Arabic. So some of these guys, when they are within these households, they think these are people are Arabs. They are not Arabs. The people who commit atrocities on the housemates, most of them are not Arabs, and they are not Muslims. You may speak Arabic, but you may not be Muslim. Because even some people who speak Arabic, you look at a country like Sudan. They speak Arabic, but their practices of mutilating their fellow citizens in Sudan shows you that these are men and women who are not Muslims, though they speak Arabic. So with that, I would like to warn men, human beings, please, I use the word please because I know what you don't know as human beings. Do not engage in any act of abuse of your fellow or any other human being because you have extra cash, because you do this and that. No. When you enter such a field whereby you torment, you psychologically abuse others because you think you are rich, that's when Allah says, is that what you can do with the money that I've put in your pocket, with the rahmah that I've put in your pocket? I did not put that money or rahmah on you in order to abuse others. Because we are a community of Muslims on planet Earth, whereby planet Mother Earth is our mother's creations. She produces what you eat. And if you are to eat you have a housemate, if you are not very kind of sick, what you eat, she will have to eat too. If you buy a bag of rice, that girl that you call a housemaid will have to eat some piece or drops of your whatever. But if you turn around and say, I'll deny you food, because some of these girls, after working 24 hours, their rooms where they lock them within their whatever, their rooms after she's been working, they are not supposed to watch TV, they are not supposed to have Wi-Fi, they are not supposed to have anything. But then they do the work for you. And with that the last time I spoke about this subject, I said, whoever is involved in the practices of kafara, I'll enter your bodies as a cancer, either leukemia or brain tumor or anything to punish you for the foolishness that you, because when you burn a girl and pour out chemicals on her body because she didn't know this, that is fitting against Islam, the most holy, beautiful religion, which made you to think that you are a boss lady, you are rich, you are this and that. And I say, in order to defend that, defend the vulnerable girl who is in your household, I'll enter your body through the food you eat. I'll enter your body through the water you drink. And I'll make your blood pressure either go high or low. And I'll either turn your brain into something that you become worthless. Because if you're to touch another human being, because of you call them their kafara, that is fitna against the most holy, beautiful religion. And that warning goes to every human being on this planet, especially the Indians. Because in India, the terminology kafala is a very, very part of daily life. Even though it is spoken with a different tone or whatever pronunciation. But all over the world, the country we have been, the most deadly practice of slavery is fully embedded within the communities of the Indian and Asian, India, I would say India, and Pakistanis and all those people. These are people who love to torment and insult other people's dignities. So with that, I'll send a warning, a last warning, and I will not say assalam when I'm closing this video. Human beings, you are all Muslims, whereby you are not supposed to engage in any act of psychological mutilation of others or physical mutilation of others. That's all I can say.